What's going on, guys? Today I'm back with another hat format replay review for you guys. If you're interested in sending in your hat format replays, you can go down to the video description and find out all the information on how to send those in. But anyways, the match I have for you today is Muhammad Abdul, who's going to be on Hieratic Artifact, very interesting, versus Edinho 08, who is on Pure Gravekeeper, so also a very interesting deck. Opening hands, we see Hieratic Dragon of Su, Double Cyclone, Influence Dragon, Dragon Shrine, Labradorite Dragon, and on the other side, we see Recruiter, Duality, Royal Tribute, Gravekeeper Stele, and Spellbook of Wisdom. Very interesting to see that as well. Though I guess it makes sense because a lot of the Gravekeeper monsters are spellcasters, if not all, I believe maybe. So just having this kind of like a targeted type lance that isn't going to make the monster lose it or lose attack. So anyways, let's get into it. I think they already did the rock, paper, scissors from what it looks like. And it looks like Muhammad is going to be starting this one out, which they are, drawing a Beagle Tack for turn. Here they go Dragon Shrine, sending Flamebell Guard and Blaster. Next they use the Blaster, banishing Guard and Labradorite to summon it out. Normal summon Influence Dragon, and Synchro summon for Leo. Influence Dragon is just a level 3 wind tuner dragon. A lot of times people played this just for easy synchro access, especially if you see something like a Tempest, and when Tempest gets banished, you can get this. But anyway, summoning Leo and setting the Beagle Tack and Double Cyclone and passing it over to Edinho, who draws a Gravekeeper's Commandant. That's good. Using Commandant to search Necro Valley. Duality is activated, revealing Compulse, Commandant, and Skill Drain. Oh, okay, so yeah, that makes a little more sense now. Obviously, Wisdom under Skill Drain is going to make so their monster's unaffected, though I feel like there's not that many cards that can interact super well with, but okay. So they are choosing, though, to add the Skill Drain, activate Necro Valley, set Skill Drain, set Recruiter, set Wisdom, activate Royal Tribute, which will get rid of the Su from the opponent's hand, and passing it over. Here, Muhammad gets a copy of Soul Charge, just goes to battle phase, attacking over the Gravekeeper's Recruiter. Recruiter will activate, adding a Descendant. Okay, so actually, never mind on that. The Wisdom, I believe, should work with the Descendant if that's the case, though. I guess this tributes for cost, so unless you actually need the pop here, you'd still get the effects of this stuff, so weird, but kind of cool, honestly. Back over to Edinho, who they add Compulse for draw, and then they activate Stele that says target 2 Gravekeeper's monsters in your graveyard, add those targets to your hand. This effect cannot be negated by the effects of Necro Valley, so very good here. And so they added, what was that, Commandant and Recruiter. And next they set the Recruiter again and set Compulse this time. Here they go Double Cyclone, popping the Beagle Tack and the Necro Valley. Or they're thinking here. Okay, nope, they did. And then the Beagle Tack will summon itself back. And yeah, there's nothing to pop here, so this can't pop any sets. And then they pass it over. Muhammad draws a Moral Tack. Might have been nice last turn, though. Maybe they would have used the Skill Drain there if so. Soul Charge is activated, summoning back Blaster, Influence Dragon, and Su. Paying 3,000. Synchro summoning with the Beagle Tack and Influence Dragon for a copy of Stardust. Setting the Moral Tack and passing. In end phase, it looks like Skill Drain's activated, chaining Compulse, bouncing back the Stardust. Edinho draws a copy of Book of Moon. Flipping the Recruiter. Activating Commandant to add back a copy of Necro Valley from deck. Activate Necro Valley to give a boost. Summon the Descendant. Also getting the boost. Using the effect, getting rid of the Recruiter. And targeting. And here, okay, so the Wisdom is activated to make so they can pop the Leo, which had its effects negated from the Skill Drain. And they will also get the Search off the Recruiter here. Adding a copy of Assailant. Okay, that's kind of cool. Going to battle phase. Attacking into the Blaster. Chaining Book of Moon, getting rid of the Blaster there. Here, Muhammad gets a copy of H.A.T, which can just normal summon itself, and because of the Skill Drain, it will have 1900 attack. Going to battle phase, attacking over the Descendant, attacking in with the H.A.T. Here, Adino gets a copy of Imperial Tombs of Necro Valley. It says, when a spell trap or monster effect is activated while both a Gravekeeper's monster and Necro Valley are on the field, negate the activation, and if you do destroy it, you can only activate one per turn. So I guess it's kind of like a Omni in a sense, but you need to have Necro Valley and a Gravekeeper, so kind of a high cost there for that card, but cool nonetheless to have a themed card. Here they set both and pass it over. Muhammad draws a copy of Nebthet, the other one. So here they are going to tribute the asset for the Nebthet. The effect of asset activates to summon a Labradorite from deck. And here they go for Star Eater, which is just a big body, honestly, especially under skill drain. That's really hard to out here. And then attack in with Sue over to Adino, who gets a copy of Spy. That's at least a little wall, but both of these can beat over it. Here, Muhammad draws a copy of Ignition, attacking in with Sue. Oh, and it survives because the Necro Valley gives it extra attack, and then Star Eater can attack in here, setting the Ignition and passing. This is just the end of the game. Here they set one, Ignition's activated, popping the other one, and we are on to game number 2, and Adino will be starting this one out. Opening hands, we see Double Cyclone, Ice Hand, Double Cyclone, Hieratic Seal of Convocation, and Sanctum. So kind of solid hand, not that many Hieratics, but you see a lot of the artifacts and the hands for, breaking any of that back row. Adino here opens Duality, Malefic Stardust Dragon, Gravekeeper's Recruiter, Imperial Tombs of Necro Valley, and Allure. So also a very decent hand here. Alright, so Adino will be able to start this one out, drawing a copy of Necro Valley, which is good because now they have the Necro Valley plus a Gravekeeper to make this Imperial Tombs live. They go for Duality, hitting Gravekeeper's Hieratic, Malefic Stardust, and another Wisdom, and they take the Hieratic, which I just want to go over real quick. This one says, this card on the field is unaffected by all other card effects as long as Necro Valley is on the field, which, okay, I'm remembering this card now. It's kind of funny because since it says it's unaffected by all other card effects as long as Necro Valley is on the field, this card won't gain the attack boost from Necro Valley, which is really weird. If it, I feel this card would be a little bit better if it kind of had the usual Necro Valley type effect where it's unaffected by other cards besides Necro Valley, but I do remember this card now. Anyways, here they go for a Lure, finding Royal Tribute and Necro Valley. And they banish the Recruiter here. That feels a little weird, because I mean, I guess they'd have to get rid of something regardless, but I feel like in most cases that's probably not the option I would go for. Like, you dualitied this turn, so why wouldn't you just get rid of the Stardust? Unless I'm missing something here, because wouldn't you rather, at bare minimum, have this in Graveyard if you got another copy of Stele to add it back? But here they are choosing to banish it, a bit interesting, and then they summon Hieratic, activate Necro Valley, set the Tombs, activate Royal Tribute, and unfortunately for, Adino here, the only monster Muhammad had was that Ice Hand, and the other stuff just gets them into more monsters, so kind of a rough time to Royal Tribute your opponent, whereas usually that would be pretty good, especially against, any sort of Dragon Ruler type deck, especially when you've already opened Necro Valley, so a little unfortunate. And here we do see they're going to have to discard this as well, because this says, if you control Necro Valley, both players discard any monsters in their hand, so that kind of goes back to why I said, wouldn't you rather just banish this off the Allure and then have this engrave? But here, let's see, they just go end phase. Here, Muhammad gets a copy of H.A.T, which is pretty good. They're going to just set the Double Cyclones and the Sanctum and pass it over, not even using the Convocation here. Adino gets a copy of Commandant, which is going to gain some attack, and they're going to go to battle phase to do some damage. But, oh, here, Double Cyclone is chained to pop the Imperial Tomb, and then Double Cyclone is chained, but they can't chain it to Imperial Tomb because it's a counter trap, right? Oh, I guess they caught that. I spoke a little too soon there. And so on the resolution of that, they are going to activate Double Cyclone and chain Sanctum. So summon Moraltac and then pop the Necro Valley with the Double Cyclone. And then Moraltac is activated, which is going to pop the Hieratic. because this is now affected because Necro Valley is no longer on the field. They activate the other Necro Valley in main phase 2 and pass it over to Muhammad, who gets another copy of Sanctum. Activate Hieratic Seal, adding the Sue, which they then normal the H.A.T. Maybe that's the synergy they're trying to do. Things like H.A.T and Nebthed, I believe, are just level 5s, so that kind of works. Plus, these are free bodies if you have to like actually hard tribute one of your Hieratics before using the effect to special by tributing. So that could be maybe some of the synergies here, as well as just being light monsters, I guess. So here they tribute the H.A.T for Sue, and then H.A.T's effect will summon a Flamevale Guard from deck. Here they make Michael use the effect, banishing the... Wait, what did they get rid of there? They got rid of the Hieratic, or... What am I missing here? I don't know what just happened there. It looks like they're using the effect of Michael, but are they not getting rid of this? Did they just swing over? Oh, wait, so this is getting rid of this. And then maybe, yeah, I guess they just swung in there. During the end phase, they have to mill some cards over to Adino, who draws a Malefic Cyber End, but that is enough for game. So, interesting game, nonetheless. You know, I would have liked to see a little more from this Gravekeeper deck, because it's not very often you see, like, the pure Gravekeeper, but cool match nonetheless. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on this video. Comment any questions or videos you want to see in the future, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified anytime I put a new video out, share this video with your friends, and as always, make sure to go down to the video description to find out how you can send in your hat format replays. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video.